Very good. All right. All right. Okay, so Pilates today. Let me get this. So Pilates mat. We haven't visited getting up and down from the ground for a few lessons now. And I think that is such an important skill, whether you apply Pilates technique, just the ability to get up and down from the ground is very important. We seldom do it in regular life, but especially as we get older, if you fall or you're down there, you want to have the leg strength to get back up. So just standing for a minute on both legs, take one foot behind you. As you can see, I'm just putting it here as a break, just to kind of start to practice. What does it mean to go down and up? And I'd like you all to just bend and straighten the knees a few times and see how the back leg helps give you some form of leverage in relation to this movement. And if you can, be aware that the hips are even. They're not, and as much as you can. Now from here, see if you can, I lift my arms up just to allow this. See if you can go down a little bit further. Maybe now turn the toes out. So they're giving you an additional break to lower yourself onto your knee. And then lower your bottom a bit. Now can you curl and press back up again? So let's do that on the other side. So first of all, one foot behind, like a break. And down and up a few times. Feel how that foot is helping you. If you can't get to the floor, that's fine. You start your legs getting used to this movement. Down and up. Very good. Now you go down. Adjust so it's shifting a bit. See if you can go down. Lower your bottom. Now when I go up, I hook the toes so I can use both legs to get me back up. So not exactly the pure Pilates way of getting down and up, but more basic than that. It's functional in nature. So I recommend, I have to get my dogs back in because they're standing there barking, but see if you can just practice getting down, coming up, doesn't matter what happens, getting down, all the way, coming back up. So do that once on each side and I'll be right back. Come on, come on. You want to come in? Come on. Very good. So this skill of just getting up and down from the ground, essential, essential, essential. So let's do this again one more time. One foot, bending, adjusting the foot in whatever way you need. Now see if you can come to a sitting position. And from here, can you, if you need to use your hands, please, but can you actually come forward and come back up? Let's do the other side. Bend, and if you can't, that's okay too, but you just go halfway. Come down, maybe come to a cross-legged position. Come forward, this side I'm more, and press up. Very good. Very, 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 I can't overemphasize how important this is. Now, going down both feet, just standing, let's take one foot at a time and literally roll onto the outside of the foot. So if you can see, I'm taking my little toe and my heel and I'm rolling onto it. We can get nervous about doing this because we can feel that we may be moving in the direction of a sprained ankle, but that is not, our feet are designed to roll around, but when we work in shoes all the time, we get very rigidified on that outer line of the foot. And in karate, that turned in flex position is one of the strongest kicking positions ever. So it also helps strengthen your arch and hold the foot shape properly. Children will stand and do this a lot. So now both feet, rolling to the outside, rolling to the outside, rolling to the outside, rolling to the outside, rolling to the outside. The reason I'm doing this is in a real pure Pilates methodology. Joseph Pilates has you cross your feet, roll a little bit to the outside of the foot, and go all the way down. So let's just do a little bit to the outside, hold your hand, bend halfway. Just see what it feels like. I'm very stiff because I haven't done it for a while. I can feel it stretching all the way to the outside of my calves. And again, let's do the other side. If you can get your knees way out to the side, do so that you're more frog-like, just pressing, getting those feet warmed up. And press. Today, we're going to be standing up from this position too. So now let's cross our feet. I'll turn sideways. And you can roll to the outside if you feel savvy. Stay flat if you can, if you don't think you can. See if you can go all the way down. Notice that now one of my heels comes up, but that's again your call. Now I cannot come up without a roll, so I'm going to come back the way I started and press up. Can you do that? Can you come up another way? If you need to use your hands, use your hands. We're just working. Now cross your other foot. So one foot's in front. Roll onto the outside if you feel you can get all the way down like that. Otherwise, you can keep your feet flexed. See if you can go down. Come to a cross position. And I have to roll a little bit. Get forward. Ha, ha, ha. Whoops. And come back up. So practicing, having fun with this, very, very important. And now we will go down to the floor. Choose how you get to the floor. You want to stand. Actually, I'll do it this way today, just to be different. Cross your feet and sit all the way down on the mat. Now bring your feet together. Hold your arms out. Lift your back up. And nice and slowly roll down till you're lying flat on the mat. So you're nice and long. Let me take my sweater off now and we will start our warm-up. So with your knees bent, your arms long, your spine firm, check your tailbone is on the mat, check your back is long, lift your right knee up and put it back down. Left knee up, put it back down. Right knee up, put it back down. Left knee up, put it back down. As you do this, check to see if you can feel your whole spine long and flat on the mat and your navel pulled in and up towards your spine. And pause. We're adding the next warm-up. One knee up and the other knee up. So nothing should be moving. First foot down, other foot down. Repeat this. Knee up, foot down. So what you're doing with this move is stabilizing the pelvis and getting connected into your abs as a stable point before the movement. Reversing it, other knee, up, down, and down. Up, up, stomach is long and in, back is flat, spine is long. Navel is supporting your back. Now, both knees at the same time. Lift your stomach, pull your back long on the mat and keep the back long on the mat. See if you can resist arching. And again, lifting up, lowering down. Lifting up, lowering down. Last one, lifting up and lowering down. Now, keeping your navel long, keeping your spine long, lift your arms to the ceiling and reach. As you reach, feel as though you're reaching from your navel, from your waist, but can you keep your ribs on the mat? So if this is your distance, that's fine. You don't want the arch to kick in. So reach the arms long, bring the arms back, scoop the navel and contract the ribs to lift. So you're setting up your whole shape for flexion. Come back down, arms back, arms up, lift and scoop, reaching the arms long. Your shoulders should be away from your head and the ears. Come back down, arms back, and up, scoop to lift, lower back down, arms back, arms up, scoop to lift, lower back down, arms back, arms up, and now the knees come up together, everything together. As you lower down, keep the stomach engaged. Arms back, arms up, scoop to lift, and down, arms back, arms up, scoop to lift, and down. Last one, arms back, arms up, scoop to lift, and down. Relax for a minute. Hundreds are next. Let's extend the legs out. So we'll break our hundreds up into a few different positions. Feel that long navel position. Take your arms back. Really reach with the legs so your hip flexors are long and the waist and the glutes are slightly firmed up. Lift your head and chest. Keep the legs down and 20 beats. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, lift one leg. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, other leg. 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 3, 4, 5. Drop your head for a minute and bring the legs to tabletop. Lift the arms up and lift up with the legs and tabletop. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, nice and long. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, lift the legs. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, take them out. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 3, 4, 5. Last set, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 3, 4, 5. Lower the legs down. Reach the arms out and extend them. Stretch everything. Tighten your muscles and pull your body apart just to create length. And then bring yourselves up to a sitting position with your knees bent. Nice lift of the spine, elegant body, shoulders very wide. I like the elbows out so you can feel air under your armpits. But think of your collarbones very wide. Roll back till you feel your scoop. Take your arms in front of you and roll all the way to the mat. Reach the arms back. Bring the arms up and lift your head and chest and scoop. See if you can reach for your thighs. Roll up and then let go of the thighs for your final transition. So roll back using your arms. Get as much scoop as you can possibly find. Really deepen the stomach and roll to the mat. Lengthen your arms over your head. Bring the arms up, keeping the stomach pulled way in. Lift up, grab your thighs, peel off. You're really looking to encourage articulation of the spine so your back starts to loosen up. Hold, roll back, deepen the stomach, check your ribs. Get those ribs as far back so you're every time stretching out your lower back a little bit more. Long arms, roll all the way to the mat. Stretch your arms back. Bring the arms up and deepen into the abs as you lift. Grab your thighs. Check your navel is pulled in toward your back. And come back. Now extend your legs out and reach your arms long and lift the back up. How much lift can you get in your spine? And check your shoulders. Shoulders should be way down. You're striving constantly to get a straight back that's lifted. All the energy is going up. Even tighten your buttocks a little bit to get even more lift and height. Now, start leaning back a little bit and then get that tail way under you if you can, and feel the tail moving towards the ankles as you roll down. So lots of opposition happening. Reach the arms way back. Bring the arms up. Scoop the tail, lift, and really pull the navel in. Check that your waist is long as you go forward. So see if you can get the stomach lifting up into your diaphragm as you stretch forward. Now from here, so you're not collapsed, you're lifted, and can you go back with that lifting, scooping stomach? The legs are reaching long, all the way down like a string of pearls. Reach the arms back. Bring the arms up, scoop the navel again, and peel off the mat. Keep the lift in the stomach. So notice I'm lifting up my whole upper body and stretching forward. It's like you have a big belt that you have to stay on top of as you roll down. Rolling down, very long. Bring the arms back nice and long. Bring the arms back, scoop the navel even more, and scoop up, keeping the navel in, and bend over. And now just relax. Bend over, grab any way you can, and let the body round, and just give yourself a nice little stretch. If you can grab your toes, do so and flex them a bit to stretch out the backs of the leg, and bend over one more time. And then roll back on your back. So in more advanced parts of the mat work, we have something called roll over. We're not going to do that today, but we're going to start. And the purpose of roll over is learning to lift the hips and then more complex aspects. So just to get used to the hips per se, first of all, bring your feet on the floor with the knees bent. So we're going to do a few bridges. Scoop the tail under. Notice when you do this, your lower abs are working. So in fact, you can do this a few times and see if you can get in touch with what's firming up. There's a band of muscle in the front. You want it in the front, not so much in your glutes happening. See if you can get this feeling. How do I make the front stomach muscles contract? How can they be under the control of my mind? Once you have that contraction, see if you can sustain it and just lift the hips up. Obviously, the glutes and the hamstrings are working now, and then roll down. So just be aware of that movement. Contract the stomach, press the hips up, feel that contraction, and roll back down. One more time. The deep lower abdominal muscles are being pulled in and up, and then the legs help. The glutes help to lift you, but you're keeping that connection. And back. So now that you've got that base, bring the legs to tabletop and just glance in my direction first. See if you can feel that connection, and then hike the hips up and then roll down. So you can get up just by swinging the legs and without engagement. You really want to see if you can find it, and the arms will press down as well. So find a neat tabletop. Find those stomach muscles pulling in and your back flat. You will be pushing your hands into the floor, and see if you can use abs and glutes to lift. And down. And lift. And down. And lift. Lift the hips. And down. One more time. Lift your hips and down. Very good. That will serve you greatly as we keep adding more and more intermediate exercise in. So bend the knees, give yourself a little hug, and then put the one foot on the floor. Check that your hips are square. Lift the other leg up so it's nice and long. And check your hip bones. They should be square. So take the leg in the air and slightly lengthen that side of the waist. Keep it long and slowly extend the other leg out. If you find this knee is bending or it can't stay right up to the ceiling, bend the knee so you can be stable. So choose your angle, and now take the leg across your body, circle the leg, and bring it up to the top. So we'll do these circles, leg circles. 1. As you do it, what you're focusing on is the pelvis staying square, the stomach stabilizing you, and the pelvis being steady. So you're not flopping around. You're basically loosening up the hip socket. Now you reverse, circle. Keep the legs extended so they're not kind of all floppy. So try and get a sense of tone and lengthen the legs. 2 more times. Circle again. Now pause. If your pelvis, get in touch with the pelvis again. Get in touch with your lower abs, and without losing them, give yourself a stretch. So the more the leg comes towards you, the more the stomach presses the pelvis down and the sacrum down. Now the hands come together, extend both legs nice and long, and lower down, attempt to keep the back long and flat so the leg is moving from the stomach muscles. Bend the knees again, get your back flat, lift your other leg up. Check that it's right by this, over the hip, and now take that hip and lengthen it down so your waist is extra long on that side so it can match the leg going down on the floor. Check your position so you're grounded, and then start. You cross your body, circle, circle, very steady body, 3. So the grounding and the stability of the pelvis is essential for the movement. Reverse it, circle, 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 and circle. And now give the legs a stretch. Nice long stretch, nice long legs. Again, stomach long, back long, buttocks long, lower the leg to the floor. Very, very good. Now stretch your arms out again. Keep that navel nicely scooped. Keep the legs reaching, and we peel up off the floor. Arms come up, scoop your navel, peel up, and come to a sitting position, or just stretch over for a minute and relax. So you let the body be nice and long, pull the stomach in, and let everything get stretched out in a nice, easy, unorganized way. Bend the knees. Rolling like a ball is next. We start lifting very tall. And now here's that scoop. Remember, you're trying not to fall. You're trying to pull the waist back, but keep that stomach tone, that low abs, and also where the ribs move backwards so they contract slightly. Can you balance here? Keep that pelvis tucking under. Now, can you tuck your tail a little bit and roll back, and then come up? Tuck your tail a little bit. Get that sacrum to go under you and come back. Really tuck the tail and pelvis under you. Can you start to feel the stomach working? Because it really gets, oh, yes, and come back. So see if you can include that in rolling like a ball. So 5 times. You tuck the tail, roll back, keep the tail tucked and come up without losing it. Tail tucks extensively and come up. So huge amount of articulation in the pelvis. And up. Tuck the tail under and up. One more time. Tuck the tail under and up. Put your feet down and rest. So that work very deep around the sacrum and the tail. Very detailed, actually. May take some time. Now, grab the ankles. See if you can get the tail tucked right now, and then 1 foot and 1 foot in. Can you keep the focus of the tail under, but it comes from the stomach as well. So can you be aware of both points? How close can you get your shoulders and your knees, but without losing that? Really compress in deeply and lift your waist up. Now 5 times back and forth in this shape. Roll back to roll up. Roll back roll up, roll back, roll up, roll back, roll up. Last one, roll back, roll up, balance, squeeze in tight. Can you get your heels even closer? Can you get your body even closer to create a huge stretch, I hope, in your back? And then, see if you can keep your knees together or your feet off the mat. Can you go down to the mat? Roll slow, all the way down. I'm gonna move a little forward. So here we are, feet are pulled in as much as you can towards your bottom, and then bring your thighs as close in. Some of you may be able to get your thighs flat. Do it if you can. Now, deepen your stomach, close the ribs a bit and lift. Remember your chin. Let's come back down again. Imagine you have a golf ball or an egg between your chin and your chest. So as you lift, the contraction comes from the rib cage actually and the high pecs, not from your neck straining. So curl up, and can you keep that space between your chin so the neck stays long? Can you lift up even higher so you really contract the stomach? Then take one hand to the opposite knee and stretch that leg as far away from you as you can. This leg, elbows wide. Shift your legs, elbows wide. Stretch the leg away from you. Bend and stretch. Bend and stretch. Bend and stretch. Bend. Now double speed. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8. Both legs come in. Head down. Drop your feet down. Keep nicely compact around your hips. Rock your head from side to side, just to relieve any neck tension. Now, double leg stretches, we're going to do the full exercise. So just to review, take your hands way back by your ears and then circle them around back to the thighs. I have to get away from my wall there. Arms and circle. So the way you will work, bend the knees in, hold your ankles, curl your head up and chest up. Shoulder blades off the mat. Deepen the stomach. That's your anchor. Can you get your knees closer in? So you have a nice stretch in your back. Nothing changes. Arms and legs go out. Big circle. Squeeze deeply. Arms and legs go out. Circle. Squeeze deeply. Now inhale. Hold. Stretch. Exhale. Squeeze the air out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now double speed. Reach and in. 4 of them. 3 of them. And in. 2 of them. And in. Last one. Biggest stretch you can give yourself. Biggest squeeze you can give yourself. Head down. Feet down. And just take a deep breath in. Breathe out and stretch your arms out. Just stretch your body. Open up all the tightness you created in the front and let your spine be free. Just for a minute, stretch your right and left arms away from each other to open up the energy in the spine so you don't get too locked into a shape. You always want to go back to freedom after discipline. So coming back in, your stomach is long, your back is long, your hips are firm. Bring both knees into the chest. We always start the same way. Give the knees a squeeze. The more we get these knees to bend, the younger they will stay throughout our whole life. And then deepening the stomach, curl up again. Nice compact position for scissors. Both legs go straight up. Just for a minute, place the Pilates stance. Have a look at your kneecaps. You want the legs a little bit long. You don't want them all flopped. If you can really extend them out. Then hold one leg anywhere you can and pull it towards you. Reach the other leg away from you. Very important is reach of the other leg. Pulse and pulse. Scissor the legs, pulse and pulse. Long stretch, pulse and pulse. Pulse and pulse. Pulse and pulse. Pulse and pulse. Now flex your feet in double time. Stretch, stretch. Stretch, stretch. Stretch, stretch. Stretch, stretch. Stretch, stretch. Stretch, stretch. Both legs up. Bend the knees. Give them a squeeze. Curl up for a minute. Lower your head down nice and long. Lower your feet down without losing your abs. Clasp your hands together. We're doing lower lift next. Place your hands behind your head with your elbows nice and wide. Get your elbows to the floor if you can. You want that feeling of a stretch across the front of your chest. Bring both knees into your chest and lift the legs up. Slight Pilates stance. See if you can feel right under the glutes, right where the hamstrings connect, how that area contracts a little bit to make the knees open. You want to find that. Now, deepening the stomach, curl your head and chest up. So the legs are very long and your head is resting. If you can, your elbows stay wide. Now, deepen the stomach as your legs go away from you. Doesn't matter how far, lift them up. What matters is that your back stays on the mat and you keep wide. Lift your chest a little more. Lower the legs and lift. And lower the legs and lift. Now we add the challenge. You lower slowly and lift fast. Lower the legs slowly. Lift fast. One more time like this. Lower the legs. Lift fast. Lower the legs. Lift fast. Now we reverse. Fast, slow, pulling them up. Fast, slow, pulling them up. Fast, slow, pulling them up. And fast, slow, pulling them up. Lift your chest. Bend your knees, lower back down to the mat, and lower your feet down. And just rock your head side to side to relieve any tension. And now we'll do a crisscross. That's more intermediate into advanced, but let's start adding it in. Bring the knees up to tabletop and curl your head and chest up. And see if you can rotate without letting the elbow go down. So this elbow, forward one, is going towards the knee and the other elbow is going back. Switch, rotate the other way. It's like the rib cage is spiraling around. And back. First side, rotate. And back. And other side, rotate. And back. Put your head down for a minute and put your feet down. Now, we're going to add the feet now. I want you to focus on from the waist to the hips, nothing moves because it's a tendency for the body to move around when people do the full version. The focus is the ribs rotate and the legs alternate without shifting. So knees up, notice your square from the ribs to the hips and then from the waist to the hips. The waist to the hips is completely grounded and stable. Curl up. Take your opposite leg away and rotate without changing. Switch, rotate. Switch, rotate. Switch, rotate. Switch, rotate. Switch, rotate. Good work. Feet down. Stretch your arms out and flex and point the feet. Just feel the length in the body. Enjoy the sensation, opposite stretch of arms and legs away from each other to keep lengthening and making length everywhere. And then come back to the middle. Get yourself organized on your mat again and bring the arms up and neatly roll up and come up for your spine stretch forward. So with the legs out As much lift as you can. In fact, get your arms behind you and just for a minute, figure out how much lift can you get in your own body. How much, if you're flexible, can you get the waist and ribs lifting away? You're striving to have as long and flat a back as your body's ready to give you today. But the more important than flat is lift, because the more you lift, the more space there will be for the spinal column to organize itself. If you're super, super tight in the hamstrings, you can bend your knees a little bit or plop your bottom up on a pillow. So kind of decide what you want. We're going to do the first one with the hands here to help. Once you lift, imagine a corset around your waist, and you can't collapse it down. You can't make, or a belt, you can't make this area close. So big lift in the diaphragm in the front and the back, and just curl over a little bit, but use your hands as levers to lift you. Literally try and pull the waist up, and then go a little bit further forward and lift the waist. And a little bit further forward. So the belly works very hard pulling back as you come forward and then come back up. We'll do that again. Lift, pull the band of the stomach upwards as much as you can in the front, and curl slightly forward with the shoulders and a little bit further, opening up your back body. Really hard to do without falling down. So just do your best. Use the hands to help this happen for you. Roll back up and lift. Arms come in front of you. Big lift and start rolling forward, scooping the navel as you reach. So the abdomen is deeply lifted. The back is rounding and you're stretching your spine. That's why it's called spine stretch forward. And then can you stack up one bone at a time, all the way up, all the way up, all the way up, shoulders come down and lift the back. Big lift, pull out of that waist and start to round from the top. It's the shoulders and the rib cage that round, but the waist keeps lifting. In fact, the more you go forward, the more the waist drags you backwards. And come back up. Lift, 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 even more lift. Last one, big spinal lift, big scoop of the belly, arms come forward, reaching forward, ribs going back, as much extension as you can possibly make out of your body. Put your hands to the floor here, stay here, take a deep breath in, and on the out breath, go a little bit deeper. Your fingers can wiggle forward as you pull your stomach back to get even more stretch out of this position. Roll back up, roll back up, roll back up. Tighten your buttocks, extend the knee, lift the waist, lift the back, lift the neck, shoulders down, everything else is up, and relax. So, hard, complex exercise to do because so many parts to it. Let's work into open leg rocker. So remember in rolling like a ball, we had that very slight rocking of the tail. So let's do that a few times. Bend your knees, hold, and just rock the tail under. See if you can feel the stomach, what's happening, and up. Rock the tail slightly and up. Every time check that you're keeping the ribs lifted if you can. And up one more time like this. Rock and up. Now, rock, hold it, and lift your knees off the floor. So the feet are off. Can you sustain, just like we did before with rolling like a ball? Just rock back a little tiny bit. Get that tail to start to respond to your will as much as you can. The sacrum and the tail. One more time like that. Off. Keep that quality, and when it comes up, stretch it. Bring it back down. Other leg comes up, long, and down. So now we're holding this shape and we're practicing our balancing and our flexibility and our coordination and isolation of what's moving and what's not, what's stabilizing and what's extending. So we have all these qualities going on all the time now, both legs at the same time. Extend them. Bring them back. Extend them, Stay aware with the abdomen. Is it keeping you stable? And extend them. And back. And now, just make sure you have mat enough in behind you so you don't go on the hard surface. We're going into the rocking. Scoop the belly as much as you're able to. Roll back. Roll up. Roll back. Roll up. Roll back. Roll up. Last one. Roll back. Roll up. Hold it. Hold it. Bring your legs together. Hold it. Walk your hands up. Just for fun, can you stretch a little bit more in? Very good. Bend your knees. Extend the legs out. And just relax over your legs. Let yourself relax. Let the back just round. Let your body do whatever it wants to do. You're a little bit more warm. You're a little bit more toned. You're a little bit more detailed. New qualities can come in now. And now come on up. And let's go for the preparation for saw. Your feet are flat. Clasp your hands, take them behind your head. So like lower lift when we had our elbows on the floor, it's the same position. Now watch you don't go behind you, but right to the side. It's a fine detail. Imagine you're sitting flat against the wall with your elbows wide. Now rotate in one direction and the elbows going in the direction of the knee, but keep both elbows open. So the elbow to the ceiling is the important one. And open. Other side, elbow to knee, other elbow opening and open. First side, lift the waist as you go over. So you're opening the waist and you're opening the ribs. Other side, elbow to same knee, but this is the elbow you want to be using and focusing. One more time, lift and twist, down and up. Lift and twist down and up. Good work. Now take your hands to the side. So soft, nice flex, nice lift, rotate, really pull the arms aside. So you have this big twist. Stay here and think of the hip that's not the opposite hip to the hand that's going forward. So it's my back hip. Pull it back because it will go with you if you don't counter anchor it. So keep pulling it back and twist. Now, this hand goes down, thumb is to the floor. I'm reaching towards my little finger. 3 pulses here. 1, 2, 3, and come back, lift the waist. Twist to the other side, pull the arms apart, take the hip that's opposite, pull it back. Back hand goes down. Here we go. Pull, 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 and open. First side, twist, stretch, 2, 3, and open. Other side, stretch, 2, 3, and open. Twist, stretch, 2, 3, and open. Twist and stretch, 2, 3, and open. One more set, 2, 3, and open, twist and stretch, 2, 3, and open. Relax the arms down. Very, very good work. Legs are long, arms are long. Roll down, scoop the belly, and roll down towards the mat so you're nice and long. Roll onto your stomach for single leg kicks. So starting out, you want your hip flexors open. Really check. This is a tricky one because now the priority is different from when you were on your back. We were looking at the back flat. Now we want the glutes firm and the pelvis down, but not tucked. Very important detail with a lot of length in your stomach and front body. So reach your arms in front of you. I call this a karate chop. Your little fingers on the mat. And just for a minute, extend your side body. Put your forehead down and feel your side body really, really long and your hips and pubic bone anchored because your sacrum is pressing down, not tucked, pressing down. Lift your head and chest, pull the shoulders back, and then slide your elbows in to get this nice length. The goal is long, not high. Make fists with your hands, anchor your pubic bone and hip bones, and narrow the glutes towards each other. Keep the lift of the stomach and go slow the first few. Slow, keep yourself from dropping in your upper body, and bend this foot in and double pulse. So you feel the quad lengthening. Keep the stomach long, bend the other foot in, keep the stomach long and the chest lifted. Pulse, pulse. Again, first side, bend without the pelvis flopping. Pulse, pulse. And down, other side, pulse, pulse. And down, first side, pulse, pulse. And lift the stomach, pulse, pulse. And down. Now we'll go fast. Pulse, pulse, switch, pulse, pulse. 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5, 5. Lower down, turn your head to one side, and take both hands behind your waist. So the fingers are holding, elbows are down, pubic bone and hip bones are down. The heels are firmly together. Bend both knees without the pelvis arching and kick 3 times. Kick and kick and kick. Lengthen the legs down. We will do this again. The important thing is keeping your buttocks wrapped, the hamstrings wrapped, and the pubic bone and sit bone down because of the force of the pelvis. Don't let your pelvis arch, even if you can't go very far. Kick and kick and kick and down. One more time, just like that, to practice. Kick, 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 and down. Now the upper body. Squeeze your shoulder blades together away from the floor. Bring your head forward. First, just lift and stretch your arms back. Pull them out, open the chest, turn your head the other way and come down. Elbows go towards the floor. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Lift your chest. Stretch the arms away, opening the chest as best you can. Turn your head and come down. Now we'll combine both versions together. Bend your knees. Kick 3 times. Kick, kick, kick. And stretch open the chest and lift. Turn your head the other way. Elbows come down. Kick, kick, kick. And lift. First side. Kick, kick, kick. And lift. Other side. Kick, kick, kick. And lift. One more set. This is a lot of work. Kick, 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 and lift. And last one, kick, 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 and lift. Very good. Now, bring your hands in front of you for preparation for swan dive. Just to keep working the back muscles a little bit more. So your hips are grounded. Your forehead will be on your fingertips. From here, you lift your elbows and lift the head up. So everything is coming up to hover. Makes your back muscles work. Lower down. Lift again. Lift and hover. Lower down. Lift and hover. Lower down. And lift and hover. Lower down. One last time. Lift and hover. Hold it. Lengthen your trunk and lower back down. Sit into your heels, child's pose, to stretch your back out. This can be a lot of work into your back muscles. You want a strong back. It's good. You just want to be sure to release the tension after. Nice long stretch. Deepen the stomach. Lift your head. Look at your hands. Walk to one side of your mat so you stretch out the ribs. And then walk your hands to the other side of the mat to lengthen and stretch out your ribs. Come back down and come up onto your hands and knees for the plank. So balance, control, front. Your hands are under your shoulders. Your knees are under the hips. Now, really pull the stomach muscles in here. You don't want to tuck. It's not like cat-cow, but you want that girdle feeling in the front of your body. You also want your armpits away from your ears. So you don't want to be here. Really pull the armpits down and lift your head a little bit and look forward. Because we want the upper neck to get strong. Without anything changes, take one leg back. This is the challenge. Nothing should move. Take the other leg back. Hold the position. Bend the first knee in. Bend the other knee in. We'll repeat it. Stabilize your corset in your stomach as you do this, so everything's stable and strong. Bend and bend. One more time. Nice, strong, steady, stable trunk. Hold it. And bend and bend. Reverse it. One leg out. One leg out. Hold the position. Bend the knee. Bend the knee. One leg out. One leg out. Hold the position. Bend the knee. Bend the knee. Last one. One leg out. One leg out. Hold the position. Bend the knee and bend the knee. Now, let's come onto our backs again for bridging. Again, very important to keep the back part of the body working. So the knees and feet are hip width apart. Back is long. Get that little scoop we worked on earlier. See if you can get that tuck now. As you do the tail, can you also wrap your hamstrings around and start slowly rolling up? So now we're going to roll up the spine using the strength of the legs, but also the articulation. And then roll down slowly. You collapse the chest a little bit so the sternum melts. You roll down through the ribs. Really tuck your pelvis right now. Articulate all the way through the waist, into the pelvis, into the sacrum, and into the tail. Curl the tail under, wrap the muscles of the glutes and the hips, and then lift the sacrum, lift the waist, lift the lower ribs, come up to the shoulder blades, and right here you want to be like a plank, but in reverse. And then roll down from the chest. The chest melts, the ribs melt, up to the waist melts, down to the sacrum and the tail. One more time like this. Tail, sacrum, waist, ribs, shoulder blades, and plank. And then sternum relaxes, shoulder blades roll, ribs roll, waist rolls, pelvis, sacrum, and tail. Good work. Extend the legs out. Give yourself a stretch. Always working into the opposition of what you did a minute ago. Now, let's add today something called jackknife, where you have to get your bottom up. So remember, we were working with this feeling a little earlier. So it's kind of like that, but with straight legs. I just want you to watch for a minute. You'll have your legs out, and then you bring them in, and then you lift, and you attempt to come up. You roll down and take the legs out. So if it's too much for you to get up with the legs, just do the same thing again. So you'll be here, bend the knees, and lift your bottom and down. If you're more advanced, you do the straight leg position. So actually, that's all of us started the more basic one. We'll do 3, and then we move into 3 more advanced if we're up for that. So first, the legs are out. Strong stomach. Bend the knees, roll up and hike, roll down, extend. Bend and hike, roll down, extend. Bend and hike, roll down, extend. Now we add straight legs if you want. Straight and hike, roll down, and long. Over, up, roll down, and long. One last time. Over, up, roll down, and long. Bend the knees in. Good job. That's hard to do when you're learning it. And it will do you dividends because you're just mastering the ability to move your body in space using your own muscle structure. So I am a firm believer in body weight exercises and actually understanding how do we move in space, because we are an animal and we should have these skills. Plans to work your outer glutes, check. Elbow, armpit, ribs are down, waist is down, hip is down. You want as much space between your hip and your elbow. So it's a massive side body extension. We want that. Lift your knee without your pelvis moving. Lower it down. Lift your knee, lower it down. So you're always trying to get this knee as high as you can, but no movement in the pelvis at all. So you isolate the hip and you isolate the muscle. And again, open that knee and down. Adding on to this, the knee opens like a string. The knee comes up to the ceiling. The foot will touch first and then the knee closes. It's like an opening book. You open, it stays right above the lower leg, so you're not looking to extend it or change the angle. You're looking to just deepen the lift. And down. And again, deepen the lift. And down. One more time like this. Deepen the lift. And down. We're going to add to this. So you're going to lift. So the knee is up. Now the knee is down. The knee is up. The knee is down. So we're internally, external rotation, opening, closing. Opening, closing. Opening, closing. Opening, and closing. Very good work. Now it just extend the legs. So if your ankle was good, the legs are just on this nice long diagonal, and flex the feet as though you're pushing the heels away from you. Check that your upper body is still elegant and lifted and you have a long sideline on this side. Now, top leg lifts a little bit. Imagine me grabbing your heel and pulling it out. So the energy is that way, very long. Lift the leg up, keeping the length, lowering the leg down. So the leg can go as high as you want it to go if the intention is long, not just to go up. Lengthen the leg and down. Lengthen and reach the leg away from you. Very long leg, long muscles, long limbs. Everything is long, and I'm sure you're starting to feel some nice work around the pelvis. And down. Very good work. Now forward and back swing. So you lift the height of the hips and slight external rotation. Check your bottom leg. Is it grounded and still nicely flexed? And just gently extend the toes. And you'll come a little bit forward, a little bit back. So the first few tests that your body is stable. That's your first priority. No movement in your body. If you feel you can, then you make the movement bigger without your body flopping on over the place. So it's the upper body I'm interested. So you really isolate the leg. And last one. And bring the legs together. And now we'll take the leg up. So you turn the leg out a little bit and lift it. And down. Lift it. And down. Lift the leg and down. Lift the leg and down. Lift the leg. Now flex your foot. Stretch your heel to the ceiling. Both heels long and very slowly lower. Long, 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 long leg. Extend it through the heel, reaching it out of the body as far as you can and down. Very, very good work. Now lift the leg a little bit in little circles. And your circle will be half in front, half behind your bottom leg. So you want the backwards part is where people usually err. They don't go back. So circle back, back, back. Now you'll reverse, back and up, 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 back and up and down. Good job. Bring the leg up, hike it up and flex and lengthen the knee in the bottom leg and lift it. Lower it. Lift the leg, lower the leg. Lift the leg, lower the leg. Lift the leg, lower the leg. One more time like this, lift the leg and lower it. Now we add the circles. So bring the leg forward and up and back again and down. So you're striving to keep the limb very long and reaching through the heel and not compromising your shape in any way, and then reversing it. Big circle of the leg. Nice and long. Reaching out. Keeping the knee firm out of your body. Very good. Both legs are long. Really extend. A nice lift. Lift both legs. Lower them down. Lift both legs. Lower them down. Lift both legs. Lengthen the thighs and down. Lift them and down. One more time like this. Lift them and down. Now, quickly watch me because we're adding little beats because you'll be on your stomach. You won't know what to do unless you... So on your stomach, your forehead is on your hands and you'll lift the legs and do little beats with the heels. We'll do 20 of them. So just get on your belly, get your heels together, place your forehead on your fingertips, ground your pelvis. So again, the pubic bone, hip bones are pressing into the mat and your glutes are firm. And here we go. Lift the legs and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lift a little higher. 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lift even more. Lower down. Sit into your heels. Stretch your back out. Nice long stretch. Just reversing and evening out your body. Then come back and lie on the opposite side. So take your time getting yourself nicely organized. So your elbow is long, your armpit is down, and the whole side of your body, from your armpit to your hip, you want it very, very long. The knees are nicely stacked up and about a 45-degree angle. And from here, lift your knee as far as it'll go. Lower it down. Lift the knee. Lower it down. Lift the knee. Nice range of movement. You work your own range. Lift the knee. Lower it down. Lift the knee. Lower it down. One more time like this. Lift the knee. Lower it down. Now we add lifting fully. Lift the knee. Then a string lifts the knee higher. The foot touches. The knee comes down. The knee lifts. Everything lifts. Foot and knee. Knee lifts. Everything lifts. Foot and knee. Again. Knee, lift, foot and knee. Last one, this variation. Lift as high as you can without compromising the shape. And now we alternate. Lift. So the knee comes down. The knee goes up. The knee goes down. The knee comes up. As you do this, you attempt to keep your pelvis as steady as you can. Start to notice which muscles are firing to let this movement happen. You want to get familiar and detailed about your own body and how to make it work. Good work. Back and up, both legs long. From here, extend as much as you can with a nice flex. Lift this leg as far as it'll go without the hip contracting up here and down. Imagine me grabbing your heel and pulling the leg out of your body. You want that reaching, lengthening quality in all your limbs. Nice, long, elegant, elongated muscles down, including your upper body, because if you've slumped down, you're missing it. And down, very good. Now, Forward and back, you lift the leg, extend, slight external rotation, and pulse, pulse, back, back, pulse, pulse, back, back. Bigger movement only if your body doesn't move. So the range of movement is controlled by the control of the trunk. Back, back, forward, forward, back, back. Good work. The legs are long. Check the flex, lift, and now you'll go up with the leg and down. So this side, I don't have as much range of movement. Some of you can go to the ceiling. The thing is the length of the leg. Everything is long. And down. Now this is your last one. Lift, flex, extend as far as you can, and slowly reach the leg out of the socket all the way down and come. Now, little circles, check the length, and here we go. Make sure again it's the back part. 3 and 4 and 5, 6. Reach the leg out, reverse back, back and up, back and up, back and up, back and up, back and up. Very good. 7 and 8. Nice work. Bring the leg in front. Flex your bottom leg. Really long extension. Check that your knee is straight. Really straight. Lift the leg up and down. Lengthen into the heel and down. Lift and down. Keep the leg very long, very extended, very flex, so your inner thigh is really challenged, and down. Now from here, you go circles. Forward, up with the leg, back and down. Forward, lift the leg, back and down. Forward, lift your leg, back and down. 2 more times. Lift your leg. And last one, lift your leg. Good work. Extend both legs out so they're nice and long, extended and flexed. Lift both legs. Lower them down. Lift both legs. Lower them down. Lift both legs. Lower them down. Lift and down. 2 more times like this. Lift and down. And last one, lift and down. Very good. Now on your backs. So your knees are bent for teaser. You want not too close. A 45-degree angle. And before you start, see if you can get this sense of the glutes and the hamstrings wrapping and one leg up. So the knees should be glued together. And then lift your head and chest. Can you roll up? If you can't roll up, come up and start here. So grab the leg, lift, lengthen your body for a minute. Now can you get that tuck of the pelvis again? We've been focusing on. Get that scoop. And then either hold on to the leg or see if you could lower down, really scooping the navel all the way down. And again, lift your head and chest, really scoop the pelvis, scoop the tail. Can you roll up? Use your hands to help you if you can. And now slowly scoop and roll down. This is tough. One more time. Scoop, roll, and up. And then long limbs as you roll, scoop the tail all the way down. Other leg. Check the tail. Is it wrapped under you? Lift your head and chest. If you need to use your hands, use them. Hold on for a minute and get that scoop. One side can be very different from the other. Now roll down and slowly get the scoop of the pelvis as you do this. And again, roll yourself up. Really scoop the pelvis. Use your hands if you need to. And down. One more time. Roll, scoop the pelvis. And lift and roll down. Scooping the pelvis all the way down. Very good. Just for a minute, bend the knees in. Check that your knees, do this a few times. Literally check your kneecaps. The more those knees bend easily and all the way, the younger and more useful you will be with your legs, more functional, I should say. Full teaser, let's come up to an upright position today. So you want to find this nice scoop you had before, we've been working on. See if you can lift your knees and balance. Now can you lengthen the legs out? Hard work. Can you roll down, rolling through your spine? And now take your arms over your head. And just for fun, can you come up, even if you're not doing it the right way? Roll down and roll yourself up. If you need your hands, that's okay. I can't see you. Roll down. Well, I can, sort of. And roll up. And last one down. Bend your knees in. And stretch your arms out. And again, flex and point. So every time we do these deep contractions of the trunk, I like to also open the muscles up and lengthen them, because if you don't, you may end up with an imbalanced body structure where you're just contracted and not really going from one to the other. So come up, and we're going to go into seal and then develop that into standing up today. So first is just our seal. You want to find that scoop. Then prayer with the hands and wrap them in the middle and grab around. So you still have your scoop. It's so easy to lose it. And let's practice clapping. So we're in one place now. The cool thing I'll show, you want to push out with the elbows and slightly push in to create counter resistance so the legs are active. So in this position, my elbows are pushing out. I actually open my collarbones and my thighs are just engaged. Clap, clap, clap. See if you can do that again. Clap, clap, clap. One more time. Clap, clap, clap. So the legs are energized and the trunk is energized. Now, back to the shoulders and up and clap, clap, clap. Here we go. Roll back, roll up. Clap, clap, clap. Roll back, roll up. Clap, clap, clap. Roll back, roll up, and clap, clap, clap. Put your feet down for a minute. Now, I'm going to demonstrate how you come up from this position because it's a lot. So we're going to stand up the way we came down. It's a bit of a trick, so just watch it and then we'll have a little play together, and maybe you will and maybe you won't. So I'm just going to go back and forth once, clap, 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 just normal version, back and up. Now this time I'm preparing to stand up. So I go clap, 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 roll back, and I swing my legs, I take my hands away, and I cross my feet, and I take my arms over my head, and I'm going to have to come forward fast. So I come to here, and then I come up. So it's a lot. The momentum from the back to the front has to be really powerful unless you're super advanced and you have all this leg control. So let's have a go together. Have fun. If you feel really nervous, maybe not. You may fall all over the place, but it's a skill. It's not that hard to do. I've had a lot of fun sharing this with people, and you can learn how to do it. So let's go into our seal position, and we will do 3 seals. On the third one, we're standing up. We're attempting to stand up. So find your balance point and clap 3 times. This is number 1. Clap, clap, clap. Roll back and roll up and pause. This is number 2. Clap, clap, clap. Roll back, roll up. Number 3, we're standing up. Clap, clap, clap. Roll back, arms, cross, and whoa. And maybe you stood up and maybe you didn't, but I hope you had fun. Good trick, again, the ability to come up and down from the floor without hands, and we will be working on that. So now just doing our final roll down, like floor. Standing, I'll turn sideways. Imagine you're standing against a wall. So obviously the curves of the body are there, maybe from your shoulders, through your hips, through the ankle bones, you want a sense of a vertical line, and the energy is coming up. So reach the arms in front of you and lift that waist up. 3 circles here. Circle, 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 reverse, circle, circle, circle. As your arms come down, get longer. Feel that wall behind you, imaginary wall. Now, lift the arms up higher. Circle, circle, very elegant body, very lifted, long trunk. And then as the arms come down, you feel the length. Now, arms come up and start rolling down like spine, stretch forward. Lift the waist, pull the waist back, lengthen the tail, and imagine you're lifting the stomach the whole time as you go down to the floor, but you stop as you're hovering above the floor if you're that flexible. 3 circles here. Circle, circle, circle. Now deepen the stomach. And as you roll up, imagine stacking yourself up against that wall. And then as your arms float up, you get that extra length in the front body. Come back down and lift the stomach, lengthen the tail and roll down again. Nice and long. Circle, circle, circle. Reverse, 2, 3. Roll up again. Deepening the stomach. Reaching the arms long. Lifting the waist. And now, nice and long, take the arms all the way down. Relaxing. And just take a moment to feel the lift from the heels through the crown of the head. This elegant posture. Very relaxed, very normal, very organized, but with a lot of vitality because you've just pushed a heck of a lot of energy and attention through your body. So take a deep breath in. Validate yourself, all this hard work you've done, and breathing out, relax, and thank you everybody very, very much. And just a few notices before I end the class. Next Thursday, no Pilates class. I will have it on my website. I have to take all 4 pets into the vet for blood tests for future travel that may or may not ever happen. But it's a test that needs to be done. So no Pilates next Thursday. And next weekend, if any of you are interested in the fascia release work, I'm offering a 2-day workshop, 5 hours. It will shift everything in hamstrings, calves, and trunk and spine mobility and comfort in your body. So it's all on my website, or you can email me if that's something you'd like to know more about. So thank you. I'm going to turn the recording off.